And I'm just going to make this video for the few that seem to be confused and misguided. I've had to shut off the messages from my Facebook account. For as long as my husband and I have been a part of the opposition, we have always received threats. That's nothing new. Okay? But the question always is, well, you're not even Cuban, so you shouldn't get involved. Why get involved? I get involved because, one, I have always fought for human rights, because we take the rights we have for granted when really we have so many rights, and we should use those rights to help other people. And I've never backed down. I don't plan to back down. We are plantado. Plantado in English, it basically means you're rooted, and your roots are so deep. You're not gonna sway. Plantado. That's what we've always been. Always un Paco. Always Movimiento San Isidro. The San Isidro movement. My children are Cuban, and they have a right to have a free Cuba where they can grow up free. Okay? My husband, he has fought his whole life against this regime. And this is hard, but so the last time that he was detained, he was tortured for 7 hours. During those 7 hours, they ripped out 4 back teeth, okay, ran rebar through his shin, fractured his skull and his hand. Now, he used to serve in the military because it's mandatory, okay? He was a sergeant first class sniper. And being a part of a movement, being part of an opposition, that's what happens to people. And I get involved because it's happened to my family personally. So for me, it's not just human rights for people. For me, it's personal. Because my family has personally gone through the horrors of what this dictatorship can do. So when people say you don't know anything about Cuba, I know it all too well. And I wish I didn't have to know it that well, but I do. And I won't stop. Because if I have a voice and I don't use it to let everybody outside know, then I am just as bad as the people who are oppressing. I will always get involved. And communists, you have no right to tell me what I can or cannot do, when I can or cannot speak. You can throw as many threats as you want my way. I am not going to sway. We will never sway. Plantado is how we always were. Plantado is how we're going to stay. And Patria Vida is what we are. My husband is fighting for la patria y vida, the patriotism and life. Not the patria o muerte, not the patriotism or death. They want their patriotism, but they also want their life. And that shouldn't even be a question. And at this point, the fact that there is no intervention, it just goes to show you where people's values really are. But I will not stop. I never have, never will. And the funny thing is, if you notice anything about the communists, is the people who want freedom, where are they? They're out fighting in the street for their freedom. Communists, they're cowards. They're only strong in big numbers. But now, when communists are writing behind a screen, they're all big. But if you've ever noticed one thing, they cannot confront a person face to face. I have told multiple people, you have a problem with me? Let's meet up. And you know what? No one ever takes me up on my offer. Because trust me when I say, I do not need my husband or anyone else to wipe the floor with a communist. So come at me all you want. I'm not backing down. And I don't care what consequences these videos bring. I've already gone through consequences. Going through one or two more consequences at this point means absolutely nothing to me. Okay? I've had phone call threats. I've had emails. Okay? I've had my phone tapped. My husband's phone tapped. So much so that I had to get a phone put in someone else's name so as not to, for them to have any way to be able to do it again. It won't happen again. And, my husband has United Nations looking into his case. And I got a phone call from the Consulate de Cuba in Toronto. Okay, the Cuban consulate in Toronto. And the only thing they said was, it would be in your husband's best interest to drop his case. And I informed them too, we are not dropping anything because the consequences don't mean anything when it's for a bigger cause. And this is a bigger cause. So no, I'm not backing down. Just so you know.